Breaking news, the IRS slows down payments for this incredibly popular pandemic program. The agency warns of fraud and is deeply concerned about small businesses being scammed. And the IRS may try to claw back some of this funding. Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. A major update today on the Employee Retention Credit, also known as the Employee Retention Tax Credit. This major program is a younger cousin to the EIDL program and PPP programs, and it's been a bonanza for these tax breaks in 2023. Hundreds of thousands of businesses have taken advantage of this program, which was enacted in 2020. The aim was to reward employers for keeping workers in their jobs during the pandemic. In this quick video, I'm going to talk about three things: what this news from the IRS means for you if you're a small business owner with employees that is still seeking the ERC or Employee Retention Credit. Number two, what does this mean for you if you've already received ERC credits? And number three, what this means for you as a taxpayer, because the IRS has paid out 3 times the amount that was originally approved by Congress, putting you, the taxpayer, on the hook. I'll talk about those 3 things and answer the question, should you still go after the Employee Retention Credit? Spoiler, I think you should, but I'm going to explain why at the end. And of course, we've helped thousands of businesses get the Employee Retention Credit through our trusted partner. That's very important. You can go to skiperc.com to learn more, or go to the link in the description. Let's dive in. And before we do, thanks so much for subscribing and turning on alerts. And if you haven't yet, be sure to enter our grants. This month, we're giving out a $5,000 grant and $1,000 grants. It's our 3-year anniversary for donating our YouTube revenue back to subscribers of this channel and users of the Skip app. Eligible employers that experienced revenue declines or had their operations suspended because of government orders can get up to $26,000 per employee. The ERC program expired in late 2021, but the window to claim the credit is now open until April 2025. That means you can amend your 2020 and 2020 tax returns through April 2025, and that's fueled aggressive marketing effort. You've likely seen TV ads, social media ads. You've probably gotten cold emails about this, all from new companies that didn't exist a few years ago. A brand new cottage industry has formed. In this Wall Street Journal article, they talk about Bottom Line and how it's helped tens of thousands of businesses claim these ERC credits. And the long and the short is, and this is not tax or financial advice, but by and large, if you had employees in 2020 and 2021, you experienced a revenue decline and you experienced disruptions due to the pandemic, specifically government orders. If that's you and you're one of the millions of businesses with employees, in theory, you could get up to $26,000 per employee. The process involves amending quarterly tax returns, your 941 quarterly tax returns, and submitting them to the IRS. Through March of this year, the IRS had paid $150 billion in ERC refunds, and the money is still flowing. The total payments through July could be $220 billion, with another $120 billion in the pipeline. That would roughly triple early congressional estimates. So let me talk about these costs first before I talk about what you should do if you've received ERC or if you're waiting for ERC. Take a look at this chart right here. You can see just how much has changed in 2023. My theory is, look, EIDL ended around spring 2022. A lot of people were still searching, hey, what programs are still out there that business owners can take advantage of? Enter ERC. Also, probably in late 2022, businesses realized just how much money they could make. They saw the commissions they were getting from the ERC, because here's basically how this model works. In this case, the business would be eligible for a $520,000 check from the government, but Bottom Line collects a commission, which is frankly incredibly high, 25%, or in this case, $130,000 just for helping you amend the return. A lot of other ERC firms have lower fees, maybe 10%, 15%, or it's less if you pay in advance. And then the affiliate also gets a cut as well. So in this case, Bottom Line keeps 90% of the commission, or $117,000, and $13,000 goes to the affiliate. So who helped Bottom Line connect with this business owner? That's why we've seen so much attention being paid to this program. Anyone who had employees who may be eligible has been getting cold emailed, cold called across the board. But here is the flip side and how this affects you if you are still waiting for the ERC credit. Number one, there's a criticism that these mills are pushing people to act quickly, just like we saw with the PPP program. The IRS is combating that pressure by slowing down and forcing a more methodical approach. As mentioned, right now there are hundreds of thousands of amended returns that need to be processed that are still in the backlog here. The flip side to slowing things down is there are a lot of lawmakers who say, look, business owners need this. Identifying fraud is part of the job of the IRS, so try to get through as many claims as possible. And in this case, the IRS is looking at what businesses have already filed, what their payroll was like, and seeing if they're eligible to claim this credit, because most everything should have a paper trail. If you've paid W-2 employees, you've paid taxes on that. Basically, you're asking the IRS, hey, can you give me some of that tax money back? Here's one person, Holly Thalman, the owner of K. Charles & Co. Salon, who said she had applied for an ERC tax break. She was still waiting, eligible for about $300,000. Due to the wait, she ended up selling a vacation home and taking out a high interest loan to pay for equipment and renovations. Personally, I don't have too much empathy for her because, like any of these programs, I don't think business owners should solely be relying on them. So the IRS says they're slowing things down. Let's see what that means. If you are still waiting for an ERC credit, let me know in the comments. Or if you've received an ERC credit, share that as well. Let me talk about the folks who've received ERC credits. Again, that's over $200 billion that's been paid out to businesses. Well, employers who receive payouts that are later found to be overstated can face taxes, interest, and penalties, and in the most egregious cases, prosecution. You may also have trouble recouping fees paid to advisors, which can total as much as 25% of the refund. And here's an important quote: just because a refund has been paid, it doesn't mean you're free and clear. You may receive a refund that you're not entitled to, and you're going to run into a big cash flow problem. So hopefully you worked with a reputable firm. Hopefully you shared accurate payroll documentation and you have nothing to worry about. And if you want ERC credit, go to skiperc.com. Work with our trusted partner who we know. And while you're at it, go check out all of our other funding partners and grants that are available on the Skip dashboard. Go to helloskip.com or download the Skip app from the App Store. All these links are in the description. And don't forget to enter our current $5,000 grant due at the end of this month. Link also in the description. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.